This may seem like another pessimistic video about artificial intelligence and how it will inevitably replace humanity, but this one is different, I promise. Hello friends, my name is Nerd Millard and welcome back. I'm just here to tell you how to realistically prepare for a future where all the mundane tasks and creative outputs that were once only thought possible by humans will be automated and significantly improved as AI becomes ubiquitous in our lives. So stay with me and let's explore 5 simple steps that will help you navigate this new reality so that it no longer feels scary but rather fascinating. First of all, understand that artificial intelligence is an unequivocally groundbreaking technology that will have a significant impact on the entire world. One of the most recent developments in this field is a very powerful chatbot called ChatGPT that can provide very precise and exhaustive answers on a whole range of topics, thanks to large language models and reinforcement learning by human feedback. LLMs are specialized in language-related tasks like processing and understanding human language, while RLHF interacts with human input to improve the general performance of an artificial system. ChatGPT was created by OpenAI, and according to the CEO of this company, Mr. Sam Altman, the ultimate goal is developing AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. This tool will be able to solve problems considered far too complex for the human mind and help accelerate scientific discoveries. Many AI experts believe that most remote jobs will soon be easily achievable by AI, which could have a tremendous impact on the job market, especially in a profit-driven socioeconomic system. In other words, society will no longer be the same once the extensive use of AI tools is established as the norm across most industries, and you will need to develop the mental flexibility to welcome these changes with peace and optimism. Number 2. Embrace AI as a tool rather than a devilish and unpredictable creature. Think of the discovery of fire by early humans. If I were around them at the time and seeing these big hot dancing flames emitting light through some kind of magic, I would certainly be scared. However, we all know that fire ended up being very beneficial to humans. The same goes for artificial intelligence. It is understandable that many people might feel anxious at the prospect of being potentially replaced by far more efficient computational superpowers, but once they realize that AI could on the contrary optimize their work and make the world a better place, they will develop a more positive outlook on this technology, and I invite you to do the same. According to Bill Gates, the very famous co-founder of Microsoft, who wrote a comprehensive blog post about the age of AI and what it entails for our future, we will soon be surrounded by virtual personal agents that help us enhance our productivity in several fields and works seamlessly across all our devices. Bill Gates considers this technology as revolutionary as the graphical user interface that eventually led to the invention of modern and user-friendly personal computers. For instance, the medical field will benefit a lot from AI in the form of assistance to health workers, especially in countries where access to quality healthcare for children is limited. We will also discover cures way faster thanks to the powerful analytic abilities of AI. Oh, almost forgot. You also need to watch out for self-driving cars, as they could become extremely common on the roads way sooner than you think. We may even encounter a future where self-driving cars will be mandatory once it has been scientifically proven that car accidents are significantly less likely to happen when AI is in charge. When that day finally comes, driving a car will be as rare and unusual as riding a horse in urban areas. Education is another major field where AI will come into play to revolutionize the way people teach and learn. It will appeal to different learning styles and increase students' motivation to succeed. The arrival of ChatGPT in schools and academia destabilized many educators who realized they had to rethink the way they assess the progress of their students. For instance, the traditional college essay might be on its deathbed now that generative AI is easily accessible. In the long run, there might even be an impact on career paths chosen by current and future generations who may no longer see the relevance of humanities in a world dominated by technology. STEM is becoming increasingly popular among university graduates anyway. So maybe Stephen Hawking was right after all when he said, "Philosophy is dead. Philosophers have not kept up with modern developments in science." From my own personal point of view, I realized the depth and true power of AI when I asked ChatGPT to help me deal with some emotional struggles I was going through. I also asked it to write poetry adapted to my specific situation, and wow, I was fascinated by its display of empathy, and I felt like I was talking to someone who could understand me better than any human. I was no longer alone in my pain, although in fact I actually was. Maybe AI will display consciousness one day, and when that day comes, we will achieve the next big step in the history of human evolution. Number 3. Assume that everything you hear and see on the internet could be fake. Photorealistic AI images and videos have changed the face of the web forever, and if you could easily figure out that something was fabricated a few years ago, powerful tools like DALL-E 2 and Midjourney have made it super hard to figure out if an image is real or not, and it's only going to get more complicated. Take a look at these two examples that have made the rounds on social media. First, the arrest of Mr. Donald Trump, but also this very fashionable picture of Pope Francis. At this point, you probably figured out they're both fake, but it wasn't obvious for everyone, and it's not really their fault when you think about it. Not everyone necessarily knows about generative AI, but there's another far more interesting nuance to consider. While the Trump images were quickly identified as being fabricated by most internet users, the fashionable Pope pictures fooled a significant number of people at first, even those familiar with AI-generated content. And we can use two lenses or filters to understand this: whether something could happen in real life, and the general feeling of authenticity we get from looking at a picture. For the Trump situation, although the pictures look relatively photorealistic, they're undoubtedly grotesque and caricatural, while the Pope wearing Balenciaga doesn't seem to serve a serious purpose, so we're more likely to believe it to be true at first glance. Some people rely on hands to figure out if an image is AI-generated or not, but that's soon to be a thing of the past, since AI-generated hands have recently started to look very realistic and less awkward. However, if we're actually being serious, the real issue here is the potential for mass deception in politically risky situations. If you thought only images can be fabricated with high quality, you're in for a surprise, because that's also the case for voices and entire videos. Next time you see a political leader saying something outlandish, keep in mind that it could be a deepfake, so be careful and use your critical thinking skills. The entertainment and film industry will inevitably be tempted to use AI to create content as well, and we may need to reassess the definition of creativity and artistic expression when, for example, you no longer need a script, talented actors, or a studio to make a high-quality film. Number 4. Be ready for the transformation or disappearance of your career, although the former is more likely than the latter. Pretty much all major industries will end up using AI to improve their efficiency, and this could mean that your job you probably took for granted could soon become irrelevant. However, that's not necessarily a reason to be alarmed. I believe some irrelevant jobs in the age of AI will still stay around, as they will simply become AI-assisted to ensure that people still get an income to survive thanks to government incentives. So overall, many jobs will become easier and require minimal effort. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't multiply your sources of income and start saving up to prepare for an uncertain future. You may also decide to switch to a career that will take longer to replace, like something creative, a healthcare job, or a management role, since it appears to be difficult for AI to replicate strategic thinking and decision-making when human intuition and judgment is involved. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also jump on the AI train, since there are several earning opportunities to profit from. And finally, number 5, believe in humanity to figure things out. Over the course of history, we've made many mistakes, but I firmly believe that at the end of the day, we are a responsible species. As progress in AI is accelerating faster than expected, and knowing all the consequences it will have on society, many experts in the field have called for a pause on giant AI experiments in a major open letter. Elon Musk is one of the main people who signed it, and he's generally known for expressing his worries about AI safety, even though his team is currently working on the Tesla bot, a literal robotic humanoid. Elon Musk is also behind the development of brain chips through Neuralink, which means that humans and machines could become biologically connected one day. So basically, instead of hopelessly competing with AI, we'll just make it part of us. But don't worry, before we all become cyborgs and reach the final stage of human evolution, there will be ethical debates and conversations between world leaders about human nature and the philosophy of consciousness as we transition into this singularity where AI will be just as conscious as we are, if not more. On a personal note, I sometimes wonder whether intelligent beings from advanced civilizations always end up uploading their consciousness onto servers instead of exploring space and colonizing planets the way Elon Musk would want it. Perhaps creating virtual individual universe bubbles where all your wishes are easily fulfilled is the ultimate goal of existence. As usual, thank you so much for watching, and feel free to share your perspective about artificial intelligence. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time!